What's up, everybody? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden, and in this episode I'm going to be rehashing something I was talking about on my YouTube show yesterday. I'm a founding member of the INN, the Indie News Network, and I am super proud, super honored to be included. I'm very excited to see how this goes. The way that the network is constructed is different than any network you've ever heard of, and it's basically like what I've been trying to be a part of since I started Political Fight Club. Truly independent news. So I'll go over exactly how it's constructed. I have one correction from my video yesterday, and I'm going to introduce you to my internet fam, my INN fam, and that's kind of the way that we're trying to make the network operate. Has nothing to do with corporatism or business. It's all about being a family, and that's what makes it different than anything else. So I'm going to go over exactly how that operates here in a second, but first let's introduce you to my internet fam, the INN crew. So no particular order here, guys. All of these people do great work. I've been in contact with most of them. Some of them I've never spoken to, but I know that they've been on board for a while, kind of like me. So go give them a sub. Let's boost them. It's going to be a wonderful experience for everybody, and I'm looking forward to growing together with these people. First and foremost, let's get Mrs. Tara Reid. You may have heard of her. She's going to be writing a Substack. She does a show called the Politics of Survival, is what it's called. So super excited to have Tara on. I haven't actually spoken to her, but I'm so excited that she's part of this. Welcome, Tara. I look forward to working with you in the future. Then we've got Kobe from the Pro Peace Report. He does a YouTube channel. That's his YouTube channel. He does awesome work. I just subbed to him for the first time a couple of days ago and watched one of his episodes. He is going places. His numbers are great, and his content seems wonderful. So welcome, Kobe. I'm very glad to have you on board, my friend. We've also got Elias Cepeda. He's a writer. He's got a Substack, and I'll link all this below, along with the link tree to Indie Left News. He does a little bit of politics, a little bit of sports, which is really cool. We've got Todd at Be The Change. You guys know Todd. I was on his show recently. He does politics very similarly to me, just kind of does videos like this. But then he also does, he's a horticulturalist, so he does also videos on living on a minimalist lifestyle, growing your own food at home, which I think is very useful considering we're heading into the apocalypse right now. So his channel's great. That's Be The Change, Todd. And then we've got Bess at Millennial Splainin'. I was on her show as well. She hasn't uploaded that episode yet, but I imagine she will at some point. She's a wonderful lady. We had a great time, and I'm so glad she's part of this as well. Welcome, Bess. I'm so glad you're part of this. We also have Lucy. You know Lucy from Blue Moon Red Wine. We've already done multiple shows together. She's absolutely killing it right now. Her channel, Blue Moon Red Wine, is doing phenomenally. She's doing great work. I'm super excited. I'm sure we'll do plenty more roundtables and have plenty more discussions in the future, and I look forward to that. Welcome, Lucy. So glad you're on board. And then we've got Colin, and his episode, you may know him on Twitter, is Colin Radix Carter. His YouTube channel is called Kumawo Mukwano, which is, he's only done a couple of episodes on there, but he's kicking it up more now, and we together kind of turned one guy that also does a YouTube channel inside out on Twitter the other day together, which was really fun, and I've been talking to him behind the scenes. He's a wonderful guy, and I look forward to working with him. Look forward to working with you, Colin. And then we've got Tahtahme's Diary, and I said yesterday that she does Twitch streaming. That is not true. She just has a YouTube channel. I was misinformed. I haven't actually spoken to Tahtahme, but I subbed to her YouTube channel yesterday, and I will be watching some of her content today, so that makes me very happy. Welcome, Tahtahme. And then we've got Gnomes for Truth, or the writer Sebs Solomon, and she does work with Ali Alexandra and does a Substack. I will link that below. I read one of her articles, Seb's articles from November 5th. It was wonderful. So I'm super happy to have her on board as well. Welcome, Sebs. And then we've got Noli D, the infamous Noli D. Everybody knows Noli D. She needs no introduction. She has her own YouTube channel. She's all over the place. If you don't know Noli D, you're not part of the crew right now, because she's modding and she's in a lot of these chat rooms that I see her and I talk to her. So love you, Noli. I'm so glad you're part of the INN. I really am. And then we've got Reef Breland, who was one of the first people who got in contact with me about the INN. He was one of the OGs. He's going to be doing a show called Reefer After Dark, and he also collabs quite a bit with Extra Bulla, who's also part of our group. That's Uncle Warren. He and Uncle Warren do shows, and they collab all the time. They recently just did a really long, 3-hour episode together recently that was really, really good. So, Reef, thank you for getting into contact with me, brother. Appreciate you very much. And Reefer After Dark is going to be a great show. He just, I think he just did his first like true episode the other day, and I think it was the one with Uncle Warren, and they did a great job. Wonderful. And then of course, Uncle Warren, Extra Bulla. I've already mentioned him before in my power rankings. Awesome guy. He recently also had this next person who's also part of the INN on his show, and that is Daryl, or Black in the Empire. You may know him on Twitter as Black in the Empire. He's going to be doing his own show as well. We'll see exactly what he wants to do. He's like me, where like he wants to keep it as simple as possible. And he's kind of a tech dinosaur, so he's going to have his own show, and he was recently on Extra Bulla, which was a great episode that I mentioned before. So welcome, y'all. Daryl, Uncle Warren, Rafe, awesome. And then, of course, the man himself, Indy, from Indie Left News, or Indie Left Media. He does a YouTube show that's wonderful, and it was kind of his idea to get this all together, so I appreciate you very much for reaching out to me, Indy. Proud to be part of the family. And then, of course, Uncle Warren, we already went over. And then this is where I made my mistake, is yesterday I said that The Dissident does a YouTube show and a Substack. No, they just do a Substack called The 307. So I will put that in the description below. Now, that's who we have so far. It's wonderful. That's my fam. It's going to be a lot of fun moving forward and growing together. Now, how is this different than other networks? Well, the way that it works is there's no contracts, and you can leave whenever, and we use democratic consensus to move everything forward, which is what we did with like the logo and other things that we've made decisions upon. You can back off on anything if you don't want to vote on it, if you don't want to, and you can leave the group whenever you want to. So there's a tremendous amount of like independence, literally. And the cool thing about it is that all these people, they already have other channels, or they're already doing other work. So this is just a place where we come to do extra work and collab together and boost all of us together simultaneously. And just, you know, it's very low key. It's different than I think a lot of other networks are set up, where there's no hierarchy. We just talk. We talk things over in Discord. We're always in constant contact, and we decide on things together. And there's no pressure whatsoever. And we just, you know, we're allowed to put as much or as little as we want to into the network. So that's pretty cool too. You decide your own level of involvement, as it turns out. And for me, I'm going to be highly involved. I'm going to be doing a lot of exclusive content. My channel here will not change. I'm going to put up all the content you guys have gotten used to on Fight Club. We're going to do that all the time. But I'm going to put up extra content for INN, and I've got this idea rolling around in my head that I want to do a live stream like once a week, where I have people actually call in and ask me questions like they do on old radio shows, or like they do on David Pakman's show, except for I'll be much better at it than he is. So I think that would be a lot of fun, maybe like the Political Fight Clubhouse or something like that. It'll be fun. Might get Ian in on that as well. So I'm going to be doing a lot of exclusive content for them as well, and I love the way that it's structured. And the point is, guys, and we've been trying to drive this home with everybody, is that this is supposed to be more like a family than it is a network. And that's how we treat it. And I think it'll work well. I'm looking forward very much to growing with this people over the next couple of decades as we tear down the establishment. And like I said in yesterday's video, you guys had me at hello, and let's destroy the establishment together. It was love at first sight. So I'm very, very honored to be part of the INN. Go check them out. I'm going to copy paste all of their information and put it in the description box below. And I highly recommend you give all these people a sub, and you won't be let down. These are some really, really good people and really, really good content creators, and we're going to grow together. And eventually, you know, because we're in contact with like Fred Hampton leftists constantly, Mikasa Sukasa constantly. If we have a bunch of these networks that kind of loosely affiliate and have all these independent content creators that bounce off of them as hubs, it's exactly what I was hoping Fight Club would be. Like, that's that hive mind I was theorizing that could be possible like a year ago. I love it. It makes me so happy to see, because all of the channels that we are looking to snuff out, like TYT, they're never going to be able to collaborate like this, because no one's going to want to join them other than like Nina Turner and maybe Kyle Kalinske at some point. But the rest of us, we have the numbers, and we're only going to grow. And we're the truth tellers, they're the liars, so eventually we're just going to, you know, we'll have so many people getting so many views at these independent news networks that eventually we're just going to snuff TYT and Kyle Kalinske, and all of them will go extinct. So it's also wonderful for pragmatic purposes going into the future. This is what I hope indie media stays like. It is uncorruptible. It's much more like a family than a business. And if we can do that and make sure we don't take any corporate cash, which nobody on this list is, that they'd rather die than become corporatists, then eventually we will be the dominant model, and we will absolutely take over the internet paradigm of media, and CNN, MSNBC, and TYT and all of them they'll go the way of the dodo. So I love you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in here, and I love all you guys that are part of the INN as well. I got your backs. Anybody comes after you, you guys let me know. You guys don't even have to let me know. I'm watching. If anybody goes after you, I got you. But beyond that, I really appreciate all the content you guys have been putting out. You're all wonderful. And the people that I haven't talked to personally that I'm just getting into now, I couldn't be happier to find out that you guys are my fam. I love it. So keep fighting the good fight out there, guys. I've got 2 more episodes planned today. I got to go to the dentist, so we'll see how bad I end up talking later. I might be doing one of these. So we'll just have to see. But I wanted to put this episode up on Rockfin and correct the one mistake I made when I was talking about this yesterday. Go give all these people a sub. I love y'all. I'll talk to you later.